Hello, people. Let me get my laptop set up. I have a horrible headache because I ate a bagel at the wrong place today. Ugh. I think I left the laptop in the car. I gotta go out to my car. I'll be back. A bagel causes a headache. Well, it was a breakfast sandwich with sausage, egg, and cheese, and I imagine the sausage and the egg were full of seed oils. Um, and then they also had these home fried potatoes, and I ate a small amount of them. It was not good. It was not good. Name and shame the bagel place. If you do not live in Boulder, Colorado, you would not go to this bagel place. God damn it. Why are people destabilizing the build when I'm trying to work on the fucking game, dude? I'm gonna look at this. Ocean params dot count plus one is less than max oceans per frame. Again. All right, we might have to. I mean, it doesn't look like anyone edited this today, so I'm a little bit confused. I may not be able to work on the game today. Like that's the worst feeling when I sit down and I'm ready to be productive and like I fucking can't. All right. I might not be able to stream, guys, because the only functioning copy of the game is on my laptop right now. You know what? This might be actually this might not be anyone's fault. Um, I might have a file conflict. That might be it. We might be failing to load entities from a source control conflict, and we don't message that very clearly. Let me check that possibility. Yeah, okay. I bet it's this. I bet it's that. Okay. Saved, maybe. Save, maybe. Because I was going to say, like, it doesn't look like anyone checked in massive code changes. So what would have broken? What would have broken indeed? Hey, all right, let's see. Please load. Hey, bacon saved. Bacon saved. Bacon saved. Bacon saved. Bacon saved. Bacon saved. You know, we could. Yeah, it's whatever. All right. So I refixed that. Down here, this needs to be resettable on there. I'm just responding to some playtest bugs. The orange and water levels. Okay, strong. Yeah. So then also this. Well, we kind of have a problem here. We kind of have a problem. Okay, these rocks. This level used to be narrower. Now we need to block this beam. And I guess we can do it like this. This is not my favorite solution in the world. But oops. Okay. This is a little messy and weird. I probably prefer that. Even though this is kind of ass. This whole level could be scooched south one. But then this wall... Eh... 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 IGN doesn't like water. More like IGN doesn't like it if your main character is not a member of Antifa. That's the real point deduction. If your game does not start with a land acknowledgement of where the virtual video game terrain is, then minus 5 points out of 10. Streamer donos count. Hell yeah, brother. Okay, what do I do about this? I could just have this rock surrounded by fences. That is, in a way, kind of lame. However, I'm going to do it because sometimes we got to do what we got to do. All right, we do that. This becomes very smooth again. All this goes away, and the fences are not as weird as they might otherwise be because we have a bunch of fences here. All right. So we're just going to do that. It's fine. Okay. Okay. Read the two big stars in the wizard area. I think the motivation was just that the second one is a pretty hard level. And the first one was already a big star. So I just made them both big stars. However, there are way too many big stars in H and P. So for now, I will make the first level small, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so here, this one is going to be no tower flags. It's going to be like that. And then this, of course, is like that. Okay. Did he report any? Oh, the smash. Where are we at? Here. The line must be drawn here. Why the hell is that like that? All right. So That's how that was supposed to be. Okay. I've got such a headache. I was going to do some programming tonight. I might not want to. Ugh. Why is the blue background flickering? I don't know. Some sky thing is screwed up. It's like doing this fog volume, and it just doesn't work if the vector is in the other direction, because maybe it just wasn't intended for that. I don't know why we have a giant ass fog. I've deleted it. It is gone. If we want fog, we'll put it back, but not globally like that. We're starting to have a video game here, folks. That's all I can say. Wait, why isn't this updated? That's updated. Did I not check in from my laptop? Oh, it's kinda, I see. So it is updated. It's just I didn't correctly do this like I wanted to. Okay. So basically, this wall is one of the entities that I had aforementioned source control conflict from. I knew that because, so basically, I was working on this in the morning, and then later in the afternoon, I was out working at a coffee shop, and I was like, oh, at home, I didn't check in. So I remote desktoped to back home and checked it in, but I had already been editing when I was out and checked that in. And so then I got a conflict when I try to check in here, etc. You get it. You get it, what I'm saying. All right. Um, there kind of isn't room for orange and water. The only idea I have is to move the uh, wand room that is north of orange and skipping down to the southwest into one of those empty screens. And then we'd have to find a new place for the drop down. And then we could have one screen of orange and water there instead. If the orange beam points to the right, it is already blocked by a bunch of rocks on the screen to the right. I'm typing all this on my laptop. I'm going to screenshot it on the laptop so that people know what I'm talking about. The misgivings I have about moving anything from the upstairs is that the upstairs orange beam area is already put together and working well, and I don't really want to cut a section out of that at this time. Nevertheless, okay. Have I found a person yet? There's someone who's going to do some shader work, but we might want more. I don't know. Will I make an appearance in the tower? Uh, I'm in Colorado. With the H1B stuff, is Microsoft and Google finally screwed? Here's the thing. I don't think they're screwed because I don't think they need any of those H1B employees anyway. Like I said, all the jobs are fake jobs. So like they would actually make more money if they just fired all those H1Bs anyway. The main thing they are doing with all those H1Bs is providing perceived career growth for their managers who want to manage more and more people over time. That's all they're doing. Come to DevGam? Well, I mean, it's a long way from here. I did have a good conference in 2019, though. Well, and in the Lisbon one, like 2 years ago, it wasn't Lisbon, it was Cascais. That was all right. You'll buy me a beer if I come. I do not drink beer. And in fact, okay, this is me being judgmental, okay? But like I just feel like when people get together at a bar and drink beer, it means they're mediocre people who will not do anything good in life. That's just how I feel. Obviously false in some cases, okay? But living in San Francisco, I would see these freaking, game industry meetups, and they're always at a bar to have a beer, and it's always mostly attended by wannabes. And it's just like, why do you want to meet up with a bunch of nerds and drink piss water? Like, I don't get it. None of it makes any sense to me. Mountains are basically just towers. They are towers with slopes. All right, I think I'm going to take the W on these fixes. Let it not be said we didn't get things done. Be a drug addict, women like that. I know, it's ridiculous. Like, women in America, at least, in 2025, like, you have to be an extremely unhealthy, broken man for them to want to be around you. Like, it's mind boggling. I don't understand it. And it's very much not any kind of jealousy or anything that I'm expressing because I mean, this is sort of a college town, so there's a lot of like college age people who are out of my age range, right? Like just well out of it. But I look at the guys that these women are dating and I'm like, what the fuck are you thinking? Like if I were talking to this guy, I would yeah. It's unbelievable the guys that they go out with. Not always. Sometimes it's fine. But a lot of the time I'm just like, what are you doing? Oh my God. All right. So I'm going to try to do some programming, but I might have too much of a headache. All right. It's stuff I could do in the morning if I don't want to do it now, but like, hmm. Yeah, we have to delete all these. So, we're going to try to do some features that reduce. All right. That reduce the amount of verbosity. Why does this still work? If I deleted this, is this a hot loading problem? Let me see. Did I get disconnected from, why is chat dead? Why is it telling me welcome to the chat room when I've been in the chat room? Why does this even work right now? Maybe we already have. Item use wand. Maybe we already do what I'm thinking about. Yes, okay. We do. So where's send message? Oops. Send message. Default node name. Destination equals node. Fade time. Okay. Okay, so for all these, we're gonna go. All right, like that. See, I can program even when I have a huge headache. We're vibing. Default state loc. Oh. I put that there for compatibility purposes. Porpoises. Send message. M. Oh, that's on a transaction. All right. It's a totally different overload. Where is it? Send message on effects for some reason. All right. Okay. I missed my comma. So we need the entity overload to have. This is a problem with overloads, dude. Did I play baby steps? I mean, that's not really my kind of game. I mean, I played Jump King, right? Look how responsive that is. Okay. That's great. Uh, add the ability to specify the runtime for default states. All right, so got another bug report just as I was going to email. You might have had a weird save state thing where um, two mirrors were on top of each other. To do the red areas, now you have to have and one. Okay, he gave me a thing, but okay, so I got a reply. I have checked in. Changes to the wand and torque animation triggering so that they just go to the target state very quickly unless you override that manually so none of the explicit message handling is necessary. That was there. Does the editor mode that have a mode that shows animation names? Yes. Which one? Which key is it? F8, F9. To see the animations that are playing, press F9. You can use left and right bracket to control time rate. Okay. Dude, I am just saying that I am barely going to be able to finish this game in a reasonable amount of time as it is. There is such a thing as making things too hard and then failing miserably because things became too hard. What to do with the orange beam area? Level's fine, but want to destroy half the area when I'm trying to keep things together. All right. People are giving me stress with all the shit they're emailing me. I watched Shroud play Megabonk, and it just looks like Vampire Survivor, but with no imagination in 3D with like the shittiest 3D models you've ever seen. Am I wrong about this? Is there any redeeming value to Megabonk? Like it's literally Vampire Survivors all the way down to you get enough XP and it pops up the window with three choices, and they're all the same as things from Vampire Survivors. Your woke programmer co-workers hate me. Well, that's fine. Did I play any Creeper World games? No, I don't know what that is. Co-workers, yeah. I mean, do they actually do any work is my question. Or do they just try to tear people down, such as is currently happening in the open source world? They are lazy and write bad code. Okay, well, why do you even bother arguing with them then? Like, if they're not even good, who cares? Right? Megabonk ripped off Vampire Survivors in a lot of ways, and you find it upsetting. I don't find it upsetting. Like, look, Vampire Survivors was a very successful game. It's like several years old at this point. Like, you're allowed to be inspired by a game that's several years old. Like, that's fine. Now, that said, if you don't really have any imagination of your own and don't really add anything, it's like not that respectable, you know? It's not something to get mad about. It's just like, well, what's the point? 2D to 3D Survivor Evo. Yeah, but like that's the obvious thing and everybody does it. And like the gameplay didn't look 3D at all in any way that I saw. It was just the graphics. You can jump. Okay. Comments on Notch using JavaScript for his next game. He's allowed to do whatever he wants. I disagree with him on a lot of technical issues, and that will merely be another one. Okay. Let's since Mark is insisting on giving me tremendous amounts of stress and making my life terrible, let's look at what he's suggesting. Looking at it right now, there are 4 orange beam over water levels, unless I am missing something. Into the water 3, first flight, orange cross, double trouble. These last 3 are 2D levels, but the first one isn't, so this sequence would not even necessarily make sense. We probably want the 3D one. Where the fuck is this? 2155. Okay. It would be doing the 3D level, then dropping down for 2D levels. On the bright side, making this easier, the orange beam water levels are exactly over the screen I was suggesting. So we could just put a drop down hole right on that screen. So maybe this actually works without destroying the whole game. Um, since we have a 3D level, maybe it's fine. To just unfreeze both freezers based on that, but it is probably better if we had at least one more level on this screen to keep the same unlock sequence that we have now. So I think we can probably do this, but dude, this kind of thing really stresses me out at this point. Okay, let's look at so crystal rovers would be they would go, wait, no, not crystal rovers. Wand would go 2 south of Crystal Rovers, right? So wait, Wand isn't a drop down. Oh, fuck. Okay. The most annoying thing about this change would be that it kind of destroys the big rover bus that goes through the promised area, because right now the wand screen is the one place you can get to proactively that is new. Um, if we move that, it's no longer in line with that rover. So now you get on the rover and it is anticlimactic and sucky because it only takes you past places that connect back. You can't get to anything. Yeah, that sucks. West of the first orange beam skipping, move the other orange beam south of there. Where it is now by one screen. Um, Sorry, I'm typing emails. I'm thinking through this and typing emails. Um, move the other in. That destroys the neat symmetry between the two orange beam drop downs. And messes the circle back to get to the other parity, which makes the orange beam north-south, hallway on the west side, kind of meh. I guess. Which was nice, but maybe not the most important thing. Okay, I'm going to send one more email here. I'll try to do this change, but as I said, it is really stressful, etc. to be doing big changes this late to things that are mostly stable, etc. Trying to finish this email, guys, so I can go back to normal things. I'm sure this is a very entertaining stream right now. All right, we will get back to working on the game. I just had to vent. I vented in an email that was probably a bad idea to send. But that's where I'm at today. Let's see. We're about to make major changes. So I'm going to see if there's a W to take before we... Venting is kind of sus. It is kind of sus, isn't it? All right. Chai. I still don't have chai juice at home. I don't know what my problem is. Okay, we didn't have anything. I'm gonna grab a drink and then we're gonna make major changes that I might regret. All right, we got some granola and a sody pop. All right, let's fucking wreck our overworld layout. God fucking damn it. I don't even know. Like, we're not going to be able to connect through here. And maybe I'll flip this vertically and it'll connect up. Yeah, that's the thing that makes sense. All right. Guys, what if I just quit video games? What if I just gave up right now and deleted the entire game? What if I just did that? How awesome would that be? The answer is probably not very awesome. Okay, yes, that's true. That is true. Nevertheless, I'm allowed to fantasize at least a little bit. Yeah, I don't like the way now these are interacting. This is kind of ass. I can work on that later though. I don't fucking know. Okay, so this is here. That is there. And then this would go there. This is gone, so this would, you would go chunk, chunk. Okay, so that connects out there. Okay. Actually, that could be the gem because we need the gem. That actually makes it feel less weird. All right. So now we're going to flip this vertically. We're also just going to change. Like, I need more space here. I mean, I guess we can just fucking do this. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. Okay, I'm going to flip this. We'll leave this one here for a second. I think I have a rotate command, but I don't have a flip command. All right. I'm going to flip starting here. So this is going to go down 2. This is going to go down 1 more. This is going to go samesies. Actually, it goes samesies 4 across. All right. And then, but these two go 1 like that. Okay. Okay, and then this goes here. And then this goes 1, 2, 3, 4. And then space and 1. So we're going to have to shift it that way. And then it connects out to the cat bus. All right. I just don't have fucking room for this. Maybe I have to flip it horizontally. Maybe I should have done, yeah, see, because of this now. I mean, I guess I could move this way in. It's kind of weird, but I could move this way in. Like that. Okay, this has to be on this screen. Okay. I mean, maybe I still want to 180 this. Let's shelf this down here. Let's see if rotate works. Oh, it only rotates once. Okay. So if we want to rotate, then that can connect to the cat bus. All this doesn't do anything anymore, right? By the way. Okay, so that could go there maybe. I mean, really there, I guess, to maintain. And then these are here. Like, levels are also weird when you rotate them. Ah, fuck. See, it doesn't fit. Because we didn't have enough room. I guess it works without this row. I just, can I slide it north one? No. Because if I do, see what you don't see is there's a little Minecraft that goes back and forth along this row. And that's how you get onto and off of this. I mean, I guess I can do this. It's just like ways of making your puzzle shittier, though. Like, I could do that. That's fucking ass. I guess I could try rotating it sideways somehow or making a different. This is exactly what I don't want to be doing right now. Let me just recopy this back here so I remember. Hello, hello. Dude, I have no idea what's going on. Oh, look, now it's too many decibels. Hello, hello, hello. It's so hard to make video games even when your computer works and then it just fucking doesn't work. Like for no reason in the middle of everything that you're trying to do. Testing, testing. Now it's not loud enough. What? What the shit do you want? Okay, so the way that I survive in the game industry is that when things are hard, I just have to be better than everyone else. And so the challenge right now is to somehow rip apart this puzzle I was very happy with that we don't have space with anymore, space for, and just come up with something that works. How do we not? Okay, I don't understand. I literally don't understand. How do we not have space? Am I just tripping? Like the old version of this puzzle worked in this vertical space here, right? Um, and there's 4 lines of wall to the north of it. So here, I guess we're eating 3 lines just for the highway. How does that still not? I don't understand how it doesn't fit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right? I mean, okay, this was 1. Like, how are we out of space? Because of the rover highway, basically have to destroy a puzzle I was happy with and try to come up in something that fits in less space. That's before I even try to do the drop down or anything like that. I don't know. This is all just making me kind of extremely frustrated. All right. I don't know. So we're trying to do this change, and there's like stuff that sucks about every version of the change that I'm looking at. So there's so even if I redesign this puzzle to fit it in this area, which I'm angry at the idea of doing that, but if I calm myself down, I can come up with something. All right. It may not be as good as what's here right now. It's not like this is the best puzzle in the world, but it was okay. Like we were fine. Okay. But the reason I'm trying to move it here is so that you have somewhere to go from this rover highway. All right. The the problem is then so we move this down here, but this is orange beam over water, and then this is orange beam over water, and it's like the mirrors, these actually should all be consecutive to each other. And then I don't know what the idea is for this screen. Like, I don't, the only idea that I have, all right, this is a really terrible idea. It is as follows. Let me group this stuff because we're going to move things over each other. He said ovary. All right. Okay, so we've got that grouped. We're going to group this. Well, not that. Orange beam, water room, yay. And then we're going to do some fucking stupid bullshit like this where you actually do that. I actually sort of like this actually. Okay? Just cuz it how funny it is, like haha, don't you wish you could get into each of these? Okay, what happened to the skipping stone? Oh, it was hidden. So then I could put this back, okay? Now we have plenty of space for this over here. Um this has to get figured out again. This is a fucking disaster now. Um See, maybe this whole thing doesn't work now. No, it must work because we had this up here before, right? Like I could look at this on my laptop and see how it was. Oh, but we moved it by one, so it doesn't exactly fit, but we can probably accommodate one square. Okay, I was in a bad mood about this, but I actually kind of like it. I kind of like it. Okay, I don't know what to do with any of this. So fucking we're just gonna put that there for now. I don't know. Um and then this thing was there. What happened to the rock that was on there? Oh, it's here. We moved the whole thing. Okay, so that's there. Where's the level? Okay, that grouping was kind of a disaster if I'm being honest. All right. So um this was here, I think. So I kind of don't know what happened there. So then we're going back to my original version of this. All right. So this is like this. This is messy. We don't like this right now. You know what? Let's do this and we'll clean this up later. Okay. So this level is approximately restored to its former glory. The only thing I would say is that we put back the connector stone. All right. We put back the connector stone. Now, This actually could take more space now, honestly. All right. So then we have a fucking drop down here. Like, I don't even know. The problem is this whole puzzle that I did here is maybe appropriate more for this anyway. But then I don't fucking know what to do here. Dude, you think I need snacks? I've eaten so many snacks. Okay, where does this drop me? Let's check this. This is at 10 comma 42. Okay, this is... Okay, so it drops me on top of the fucking wall right now. That's not good. So I have to put this in an asymmetric position, which sucks. Like, why is... Oh, again, it used to drop us there, but we took this. So, like... Okay, so this is 1839. All right, so that's... Okay, so we could move that one over and we're fine. Yeah, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to move this one over, or even two over. Let's do two over. And then that means we don't have the fun little orange beam curlicue. So that's there. That's there. Is that less or more ugly? I don't know. I mean, maybe we get rid of these drop downs anyway. I don't know, dude. So what we're talking about is putting one like here. Which we certainly could do. All right. I don't know. Drop downs here for some reason. Like, we've got so many drop downs near each other. It's very imbalanced. So this is 1659. So you would drop down into here. And do something. I mean, maybe it's this. That's actually what I think. I think it's this. So I get to flip this around. um and then I just have to come up with a different idea for this level that I don't have right this second, and I'm going to sleep on because I don't have the creative spark right this very instant. I mean, I do. We all do. We all have the creative spark all the time, actually. But sometimes the muscle for receiving the creative spark just wants a little bedtime first, you know? Wait, didn't I group all this? Okay, that didn't totally work. What? What just happened? Okay. Okay, so we didn't group. The copy doesn't get grouped. Oh, the pain of editing. Okay, wait. Did I accidentally deleted the fucking levels, dude? I've got to go back in time with my back in time potion. Get these. Go forward in time with my forward in time potion. Okay. Delete. Paste. All right. All right. All right. This does this. This does this. It's bedtime soon, guys. This is promise skipping drop down. Right? Okay, this one should not be marked drop down. It is not. This one should be. It is. Okay, just double checking. Double trouble checking. All right. So we're just going to connect off from here. We're going to do this. I don't like that the beam is in the right place to start, but whatever. Whatever, man. I don't care anymore. Okay. This is worse in several ways. It's not centered, etc., etc. It does have a connect back out. I could move the drop down. North one, probably. That seems like a good idea. we've gotta expand our markers. Did we not make a ground layer from here? Fuck. All right. So now we have the problem that if we don't make an overhang and we go north like this, we're blocking visibility of this other level. Oh, actually, it's not that bad right now. I could probably ignore this for a little bit just because the perspective is pretty extreme. You know what? I could even put a fence here, even though that's a little weird. It's not that weird because these are sort of associated with fences for some reason. So then that's a drop down. We just moved it north one further. Okay. So many goddamn drop downs right here. What is going on? Okay. So we moved this. North by one. Okay. So now it's just ugly because it's asymmetric. Oh, well, this. Dude, I don't even know. Wait, how did this go? So on this version, there's two on each side. So this is filled in. I guess that looks better. All right. We have to null that out till we make it corresponding fast travel. All right. I'm not going to think too hard about how to tune this. I'm thinking about making the island wider and all this stuff. Now the problem is I have no idea what goes here. Also, I'm kind of regretting. Oh, God. So the thing, of course, that I didn't realize is now we're kind of fucked in this direction. We have to put, all right, it's not that bad. We just have to put a thing back here to prevent skipping. We didn't need that before because we had a wall on that side. So we're going to put that back. We kind of need something out here. Okay, but that said, I liked this puzzle the way it was oriented before. Oh, it's not even correct right now. This is the fucked up version. All right. This is not solvable till we do that. Maybe it's fine upside down like this. I don't know. It feels weird to me. Like I would prefer to rotate it. But then that sort of messes up this cool thing, right? Okay, so what do we do? If we have mirrors, well, probably we can't move the beam this time. And then, we have all these stones up here. But do I really want double beams zapping all over the place? Okay, so these levels are this one, good level, quality level that Mark made. This one, I think also Mark made that. This one, that might be Patrick's. I don't know. Okay. How do we do something here that's not a complete mess? It doesn't involve 20 trillion mirrors. The, the I mean, these levels all involve 20 trillion mirrors. The problem is, as soon as you have a bunch of mirrors, you're in trouble. It's a mess. What can we do with one mirror? We can do a right angle, obviously. What does a right angle do for us? It could just be about sliding the mirror. To the place that lets you get where you want to go, obviously. All right, I'm gonna move this down here. What was this for? I think it was for whatever we were doing with beam before. Now we're going to need, well, no, because if this doesn't move, the theory is that this is somewhere and does not move. Oh, we need that wall. Okay. And then the theory is out here. Oh, yeah, it just goes over water. All right, I don't know. I don't know what's going to work here. I'm going to have to think about it. I'm gonna have to think about it. The thing that I was thinking doesn't make any sense. And that is a clue that it is bedtime. So I'm going to go to bedtime, everybody. But we can send you to the tower. I wonder how they're doing in the tower. I was planning on deprecating the old loop so I could drop the V2. Has it been long enough so this might happen? Probably, but what? Oh, you just forgot the less than? Because the V2 was there. Yeah, it's probably time to get rid of those, the V2s. We could talk about it. All right, bye, everybody.